So hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the good old Frosty Defender, because even though most people nowadays take Limbo over Frost, I still prefer Frost over Limbo when it comes to defending things. One of the main reasons for that is actually this build right here, my Icy Avalanche setup. This build does so many things so damn well, it's just too good to pass up. And it's not that difficult to put together, it works just fine with no arcanes, no shards, just basic mods, like Rejuvenation, which is our aura of choice here. The reason I run this, because you could also run Energy Siphon for more energy generation, or Growing Power for more strength, is to have something to regenerate my health underneath the Icy Avalanche shield. Though nowadays that's not all that necessary because of shield gating and stuff. So moving on from there, we have Intensify, Transient Fortitude, and optionally Power Drift if you want to invest into an Exile slot for a bunch of strength. Though you could also run Cunning Drift for more range. After that, we have Fleeting Expertise for a ton of efficiency, which is followed by Stretch, which gives our Avalanche and Snow Globe a little bit more range. Now after this, you can either run Normal Flow, Primed Flow, or if you have it, Archon Flow. This is here mainly so that we can bank more energy for Avalanche, though it's not entirely necessary, but the extra effect from Archon Flow is very nice with Avalanche because your Avalanche actually hits quite hard, so every now and then you will get some extra energy orbs. Next on the menu, we have one of my favorite augments in the entire game, and that is Icy Avalanche. What this does is give you 60 points of like a special icy damage shield for every enemy you hit with Avalanche. This goes absolutely bonkers when you have high enemy density because the shield will stack in the thousands, and the shield itself is actually very good because it doesn't just protect you from damage, it also negates knockdowns and status effects. Then I simply run Vitality, though that's very much unnecessary, you can just run whatever you want in here, and we top it off with Steel Fiber, which is kind of important because not only does it give you more armor, it also gives you Snow Globe more health. This build actually got quite a significant buff with the armor stripping changes, because previously the enemies would only lose their armor from Avalanche when they were frozen, whereas nowadays it's permanent. It made Avalanche into sort of this really cool ability that does a little bit of everything. It gives you great damage shield if you have the Icy Avalanche augment, which is also provided to your allies if they're within range of Avalanche when you cast it. It does solid enough damage at lower levels, especially against the weaker units, the lower end units like Butchers and Lancers. It strips 100% of the enemy armor every single time, forever. And despite us not having a lot of duration, so the enemies aren't frozen for that long, it actually crowd controls them for a considerable amount of time as well, because they're kind of confused when they thaw out. And all of this is of course stacked on top of all the utility that you get from Snow Globe, because the Snow Globe on this build is pretty solid. You have a good amount of strength, you have some extra armor, so the Snow Globe has a decent chunk of health. It of course doesn't freeze enemies because we're not running that augment, but you could run it. You could take out Flow and replace it with the freezing augment for Snow Globe, or you can even take out Vitality if you feel like you have more than enough defense between the Icy Avalanche shield and shield gating. So yeah, this is just a really solid yet somewhat simple build for Frost. It's just fantastic for defending things, and I've been running it, well, ever since the Icy Avalanche augment was added into the game. I actually still remember my first serious mission with this build. It was an excavation on Pluto. It was a pug in public mode. And we ended up doing like 20-ish excavators, and me and another guy that stuck with me the entire mission had 0 damage taken. And I specifically remember when the mission was done and the stat screen came up, the other guys were like, yo, just how the hell did you take 0 damage? And it was all because of this build. I was constantly popping Icy Avalanche, so I was shooting myself and the other guys, so we took 0 damage in these like 30 or 40 minutes of excavation. So yeah, even though Frost is not as popular as he once was, because a lot of people just take Limbo instead, especially for things like operative defense, because the operative moves around, so Frost Snow Globe isn't all that effective. I would recommend you give this build a shot, because it is really fun and it's still really good at defending things. But anyway, that's it for the video, so I thank you very much for watching, as always guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.